Good morning, mountain bikers. I'm Chris Wessels, and you are watching MTB Trail Review. Today, I'm out with Dan, and we're on a snowy adventure to a trail that we've never ridden. We're well into our adventure. We've hit lots of snow. There's been some trail updates. I'll talk about those as we go. But we just finished the climb on Indian Creek. Now we're up to Champagne Pass, and we're about to get 1,000 feet of descending, which we're really excited about. So once again, we have not done this trail before. We've been wanting to do it for a while. So let's go check it out. Enjoy the ride. I think it's right around this corner. Yep, here we go. Four miles to Cuyamaca. Okay, we are now dropping into Indian Creek. Dan and I have never done this. We have no idea what to expect. Hopefully it's lots of fun. And we did set up a shuttle with a couple other trails as connectors. Oh, that's a nice turn. It was all recently trimmed, that's for sure. Morning, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
For the sake of brevity, I cut the first half of this ride. I wanted to highlight the stuff that I have never done and the stuff that is probably new to you. And just highlighting that has this video at just over 27 minutes. So, you access Indian Creek from the top of Noble Canyon. And we started on the other side and we rode the Luge, Los Gatos, part of the Meadow. We did a lot of trails leading up to this. And it ended up being a pretty big ride.
Alright, so we're going to work on it today. So, after today's video, expect a lot of this stuff to be trimmed.
So even with our shuttle, we put in about 23 miles and about 2,200 feet of climbing. I'll make sure that my Strava is linked in the description so you can get the details.
Oh, I thought we were done with the snow. A little more.
Once again, this was our first time riding this trail, and after being into it for a couple of minutes, we were wondering, where did that black rating come from? So far, it's all pretty flowy, with some little loose rocks here and there, but nothing super crazy, no chunk, just some nice fast turns. As we got further into the trail, there was still no sign of anything that suggested that this trail should be rated as advanced, giving it that black diamond. And we were wondering, is this just mislabeled on Trailforks? It's not. There's more to come.
And Dan took off through that snow patch.
As the trail got a little steeper and the single track got a little faster, it was starting to feel like it was going to earn that black diamond rating, especially once I hit this sketchy turn and then hit a turn right into some exposure.
have to turn. Ooh, hello exposure. A little bit of exposure there.
Yeah, it was fun. Cool little down.
Okay, so we're still climbing. And this trail does have a 400 something foot gain. We're wondering if we're getting it all done right now. Because to our left, we were just down there in that little ravine. And it looks pretty far now. So we'll see. I'll bring you back when we're not climbing. Alright, so I was just telling Dan, go as fast as he wants. I'm going to take it easy till I don't know. It's a black diamond. So I'm sure there's something that makes it a black diamond aside from these tiny rocks.
At this point, we still weren't sure what made this a black diamond. We thought maybe it was that gnarly climb. It sucked. It was hard and it was technical. But this is still a primarily downhill trail, and I wouldn't give it a black diamond rating for a bad climb in the middle.
What? There's not supposed to be a climb right there.
The first section we had hit was fun, and the climb was awful. But this section right here, the main downhill on Indian Creek, was fun. This is why we came out here. And after riding this section of trail, I immediately decided that I will be coming back to do it again, despite not knowing what else was on the other side, because we still had miles to go to get back to the trucks.
So there's definitely some exposure, just like Noble. And these tiny rocks are bouncing all over the place. Ugh. So, if you don't have frame protection, I would get some if you're planning to do this ride. You can probably hear them pinging off my frame and my wheels. Oh, that's gnarly right along that cliff edge. Ugh. Okay. Now the black rating is making a lot more sense. So that section was definitely gnarly. The section itself was not as gnarly as it could have been. What made it super gnarly was it was really exposed right there. Like that was one where I just kind of let go of the brakes, get low and hope I make it.
Unfortunately, as is common with the GoPro, the camera does not do the exposure justice. That section was sketch. As I was making the turn, I wondered if I was going to make it or if I was going to ride right off of a cliff. I'm just glad that I was able to make it through that section before trouble hit and my bike malfunctioned.
Something's up with my back brake.
At this point, I still had a little bit of stopping power if I brought my lever all the way to my bars, but even that was declining, which is not good when you have 2,000 feet of descending left. Because of that, I slowed down a little bit more, A, because it's a trail I don't know, and B, because 30% of my stopping power was gone.
This is cool. So something's wrong with my back brake. I'm not getting any power out of it. So I'm going to take this much slower than I initially planned, which means that you guys get to just really check out the trail at low speeds. Bummer. This is gnarly. I'm gonna walk this today since I don't have brakes. But looks like the line's to the left. And then maybe to the left again. That's super exposed.
Like many of the other sections we had approached on this trail, it wasn't the trail itself that made this section kind of scary and gnarly. It was the exposure. That said, it was definitely a difficult section, and I will go back and ride it next time, but the exposure is the part that really gives this the black rating.
Okay. I jammed on it really hard. It still works. That's good news. A little faster.
That only lasted for a few minutes. The brake was done.
Hello. Sorry, my buddy's way ahead of me. I had a mechanical. Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, thank you. Hello. I'm the last one. Thank you so much. Have fun. Okay, thank you. Oh, I bet this trail's so fun to just open up on. I'm scared to do it without my brake. At least I still have my front brake. That's the important one. Okay, this is a really cool trail so far. I want to do this again. Dude, my back brake's not working. My back brake's not working. I can't tell. Feel it. Yeah. So far, I would do this again. All right, so I think we figured out what's wrong with my brake. The problem is, we don't have a way to fix it. The little cap on my reservoir was loose and I was leaking oil or leaking fluid. So, of course it's a tool we don't have. It's a T15. Who carries a T15? And Yeah, I got a little bit more pressure in it, but I'm still gonna take it super slow just to be safe. But now it's semi-functioning. Ah! But I feel a lot safer now than I did a couple minutes ago. God, this trail is cool, guys. And I think we're through the gnarliest part of it. That exposed ridge. Based on where we're going right now, I don't think we have any more exposure.
This entire downhill was really fun, but this last little section where it kind of got a little faster, a little steeper, a little slower, was an absolute blast. And this section alone, I would come back for. That said, I want to do this whole ride again, because there's a few other sections that make me feel the exact same way.
Whoa, right here, okay. That was so fun. That section was a blast.
That was a lot of fun. That was just flowy and we going this way or this way? Which one was farther?
All right, so we crossed a fire road. We're back onto some single track. This trail, I forgot the distance, but it's gonna take us into Cuyamaca State Park. We're gonna do about 500 feet of climbing, get another 300 feet of descent on this one. So I have no idea what to expect. Once again, we're exploring. And just in case anyone's curious, I just put all this together on Trailforks. I'll bring you back when we're going down. All right, so the climb leveled out a little bit, and we're mixing in a little bit of descending. So I think this trail is called the East Mesa Fire Road, and you can see on parts of it where it was a fire road, but this obviously is not. So we're getting more single track than we thought we were gonna get, which is cool. Okay, we just wrapped up the last of the big climbs to this ride. And I was wrong, this is not the East Mesa Fire Road. This is crap, I already forgot it. It's either Deer Park or Deer Creek Trail. This is a fun trail. So my brake is gone again. I think I'm just gonna have to wisely choose when to use my front brake in order to slow down instead of jamming on brakes at any point. So I am chilling for the rest of the ride. But that said, this ride is gorgeous and this trail is cool. As of now, I am planning on coming back and doing this trail again. Totally worth it. We're continuing our pedally grind, but neither one of us are really mad about it because it's just beautiful and different. Never been over here. You know, it's every time we go mountain biking, it feels like we're in the mountains, depending on where we are. Sometimes we're in the real mountains, but this feels like you're in the mountains. And there's just something special about it. Like even on this very easy trail that we're riding right now, there's just something special about it. And the previous descents have made all of the subsequent climbs, not climbs, worth it. We're not done descending yet. So my back brake is completely gone now. I'm just gonna hold it down and hope it does something. And helping to control my speed. So, once again, I'm gonna take it easy. Be very strategic about how I use my front brake. Can't wait to come do this ride again. When I have 2 working brakes, it's gonna be awesome. Because even in this state, this is awesome. These trails almost have like a, if you've ever ridden the backcountry trails, the XC trails on the back of Big Bear, it almost feels like that. It's pretty cool. Take this very slow and ride my front brake the whole way. I can feel my fork protesting, saying, how come you're only using your front brake? Whoop, off the trail. How's it going, guys?
Good, good. There's one guy coming up behind us.
Cool, I'm going slow. I've only got 1 brake.
All right.
Will do, thank you. So, all the other riders we've come across today on this side of the mountain seem to be a bit more XC inspired. How's it going?
Good, how about you?
Doing pretty well, thank you. Have a good one. Which, you know, I haven't ridden the Cuyamaca trails very much, but that's what I've heard, that it's a little bit more cross-country-ish. A lot more, you know, up and down than up and down versus lots of up and lots of down. But based on the few trails we've ridden out here so far, I need to come out here and explore some more. These are fun. Oh. All right, this is the end of Deer Park Creek. Forgot which one again. I think we're about to do a big bomb on a fire road. Bring it back.
In between this section of single track and the one previous, there is a lot of fire road descending. That said, it is the fun kind.
Can't believe I still got enough power left to do that. Yeah, Dan. Oh, that was fun. What a great way to end the ride. So this trail is a great way to end the ride.
I hope you guys enjoyed this look at Indian Creek. I've left my Strava if you want to follow the same route that we took, and 10 out of 10 would do it again and recommend. Just make sure that you're in shape. It's a big one. Thanks for the trails with me today, and we'll catch you on the next one.